Okay, Medusa. Medusa had eyes like fangs and skin as soft as snake scales, beaded her hair heavy with danger long before she ever felt the storm of Poseidon's sea-soaked hands, was always too much venom, too much going her own way. In a time when adventures were made for men, she scorned the roles they set for her. Of course they had to make her monster. She was my favorite daughter. Athena called me her daughter, said I didn't have the golden veins of the gods, but had more holy in my heights than the whole of Mount Olympus. The other priestesses named her goddess, the virgin, Pallas, Athena. The highest title I could give her was mother. Her hands wove me into more miracles than any heavenly hero. Poseidon tried to tear me apart, but he could not unravel Athena's tapestry. As he forces himself into my sacred, I remember that I hold in my spine more power than all the tides combined. I've known the gods for eons. They have hurled lightning bolts from them, below them, as soon as they could form fists, curling calloused fingers around an electric sense of ability that somehow makes them superior. Take them apart, and the inability to understand the word no would be carved into every legend. I learned that from my father, who never noticed the way he turned woman to antelope under his lazy lion gaze. Neither Zeus nor any of the others could ever know the muscle memory screaming "run" that is engraved in every one of their veins. I've known men for years. They have hurled words at me like hail, like I am some small mouse who will shrink from their falling, but I am no rodent, I am serpent. I am viper. My silence is not assent to their discordant ideas of truth. Take them apart, and the inability to understand the word no would be carved into every bone. I learned this from every single woman who holds this knowledge trembling in their nerves throughout life, but I refuse to bend. I didn't realize the ocean likes to rise to meet its challengers. Poseidon's hands were too much tied, and I could not pluck my daughter from drowning. I could not hold her head above the water. I could not push air into her lungs. My helm and armor were no use against the brine-brush rape of Poseidon's storms. I am sorry. I am Athena's daughter. I thought I was strong enough. I carved my chin from marble. I chiseled my self-statue, and I didn't check for cracks. I didn't know the sea specializes in undoing. I didn't know that I could be crushed by the current. I thought I was strong, and she was. Beneath his thunder, she was seashore, and she was sand. She was stone squeezed through a sieve. She was marble statue among tidal wave, standing in front of lightning, shaken by Poseidon's earthquakes, and she was strong. When he was done with me, I was still marble and concrete. I was still granite heart. He had highlighted the faults in my stonework, but he had not cracked my serpent spine. I wanted to be sure that no man could ever throw me down the same, so Athena wove me a crown. I made her beautiful, gave her a crown glittering with diamondbacks, with rattlers, with strength. It wasn't a favor, it wasn't a pity, and for God's sake, it wasn't a punishment, it is a reward. For surviving with my flames intact, no man can approach me. I will show them stone and watch them crack. They saw her beauty and called her monster. But then every woman whose anger seeps out of her soul is a monster. They say she punished me. They say I blamed her for daring to be taken by the sea. They didn't watch me wash the salt from her sacred scales. They don't know my story. Didn't want me to be my own venom, to have my own fangs. They took her strength and made it demon. They took my love and made it sharp, so we would make more sense. They could never comprehend my anger, could never hold my caring. To them, it was easier to take two women holding each other's hearts and turn it into a monster tale, into a legend of loss. They don't want to see us triumph. Well, here it is.